Okay, so um, it is currently 9:40. Ideally, right now we should be doing a bonfire, but due to the weather conditions, where it has been drizzling a lot, um, or a little stronger than the drizzle, a little bit. We aren't able to because the wood and basically everything that's needed to it is just constantly getting wet. So right now, people just have like an hour of like free time. Voice crack. Um, we just have an hour of free time, and then we're gonna go back to the top floor of the lobby, and then there's going to be like a night session that will be held there. The upper part of the lobby is the thing that goes up in the stairs, and then it's the area before we turn right to the function hall. It's lights out um, for the place at 10 p.m. So it's 9:41. Um, but so I was just supposed to chill in the Havila with everyone else, but I saw because the church is across the Havila, and I saw it, and the lights are, I don't know, there's something about it that kind of just draws me in, which I think is kind of connected to how I feel towards the night. It's there's this certain beauty in it that attracts me to it. It's the quiet or the stillness of it, and I don't know, things look different at night, and lights definitely have a completely different impact when it's nighttime compared to when it's morning. Um, so yeah, I decided to just kind of sit down here for a bit and just take this opportunity uh, to take this video because I'm obviously not gonna get another chance at it because we should be out of this place tomorrow by 6, or we're leaving at 6, so I'm definitely not gonna have a nighttime shoot of this. There's 17 minutes left. um, yeah. I did openly plan about having a some sort of after like an after dark, or the series I have on basically me walking around at night on certain places, normally around midnight, on certain places like hotels or resorts that we stay in, and kind of just talk to you guys about it, my experience for the day. But obviously that's not gonna happen because there will be no lights. Um, and even if I try to, it's gonna be just really dark. But maybe we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll catch something later if I have the time. So day one is officially done. Um, the 10 p.m. activity that we're gonna get is, or we're gonna be doing, or the attendees are basically gonna be doing, is it's a additional check that they've taken on their forms. So if they've done check, then that means they're gonna be participating. If not, then obviously there won't be. Then that's probably gonna last until like 1 or 2 a.m. Depends on how the attendees like reciprocate and or kind of like interact with the entire program. Um, so yeah, this would normally be the time that I would take the opportunity to kind of talk about the day and how, how I felt about it, and I feel like I should save that for like the end of the video. Um, so, but I will talk about it a little bit now. So maybe Alan, future editor Alan, can just stitch this exact part while I'm talking to the end, while I'm talking about my experience. But basically, for day one, it's very, I would say it's loose. It's not as concrete, or no, it's not as hard or constricting. I think constricting is the word I'm looking for. As like how other retreat programs would have it. This is a bit loose. It's like very free flowing and connected to just how the people are in the moment, which I really like because obviously one of the things that Master Roche, or the lead for this, the thing that she's really been trying to push and tell everyone, or for everyone to grasp, is the idea that God meets you where you are. So not having a very strict program and just kind of wrapping the program around the way that people are at that moment, and how they're reciprocating and how they're like responding to it, it shows a more spiritually driven activity, or a spiritually driven result, because you would then kind of call for yourself that God made the event happen, or God made that session happen, and the way that things flowed. And so it basically opens up people who would be kind of adverse, for example, like if they find things weird, which we do have participants who found like, some of the activities weird, the praise and worship weird, or whatever. Some of them found it a bit weird, but because of how things were just done, it it made them like warm up to it, and now they're like very, they're very responsive, and they basically connect, unlike how they were feeling at the start, which is a really big win, which I think is not something that's common or normal. So having a free flow kind of program that lets the Spirit, Holy Spirit, kind of take the reins for it, really just opens it to the possibility that everyone gets a chance to it, and everyone gets met exactly where they are. Personally, how I feel and how I think about the entire thing is it feels peaceful. Um, I obviously didn't really participate on the activities because again I'm more of in the back end, not necessarily an attendee. But obviously I've done my own answering in Minogan, and things make sense the way they are, and it's nice to kind of just see where everyone is and how they respond in their own way, because they're all uniquely different, but at the same time the same. So, you know, it's really cool. And technically that's just technically day one, because now we're gonna have the night sessions, and then there's gonna be day two tomorrow. But for a majority of people, day one in itself is already a good deal. Like if not everyone, majority of the people already feel like they've made their money back from like the experience that they had on just day one alone. So it's sick. It's so cool. Yeah, I think that's it. I might just stay here for probably like a minute more and just kind of absorb, or just sit in the atmosphere of you know the night cathedral. Oh, that's such a sick name. I'm gonna note that. I'm gonna keep that somewhere. The night cathedral. The night chapel. That's sick too. What the? No, I'm rocking out with these cool ass names. Man.